Everyone warned me not to mess with Asher King. But no one said what to do if I accidentally straddled him on the locker room floor and kissed him. It started on a Tuesday, a god-awful Tuesday, when it rained like hell and my algebra teacher decided that pop quizzes should be declared a sport. I was late to gym class, soaked to the socks, and the only towel left in the locker room was one that smelled like expired regret. And then there was him, Asher King, 6 feet of fury, tattoos peeking from under his uniform sleeves even though he was still in high school, black eyes that made teachers look away and freshmen cry. The kind of guy who walked into a room and sucked all the air out of it, sometimes with a fist. Everyone had a theory. He was in a gang. He'd been to juvie. He broke a kid's jaw in 9th grade. Truth? I didn't care. Because I was the invisible one. The transfer nobody noticed. The art nerd who drew in margins instead of raising his hand. But that day, everything changed, all because my locker was now 2 down from his. I should have kept my head down. Instead, I made the mistake of looking up. He caught me staring. "What the hell are you looking at?" he growled. And like the absolute idiot I am, I said, "Just wondering if the rumors are true." "What rumors?" "That under all that scowling and rage, you're actually a softie." The locker room went silent. You could hear a pin drop or a bone snap. Asher stood, walked toward me. I backed up, heart hammering. He grabbed me by the collar. His face was so close. His breath smelled like spearmint and murder. I reacted without thinking, a survival instinct, maybe. I shifted, swept his leg, thanks to 3 years of reluctant judo. And in the blink of an eye, he was flat on the floor. And I was on top of him. The room froze. I froze. Our faces were inches apart. And then it just happened. I kissed him. Just once. A stupid, impulsive, heat-of-the-moment thing. Maybe to prove a point. Maybe because I wanted to know what power felt like. Maybe because I'd been wondering what it would be like since the first time I saw him walk past my sketchbook. The kiss lasted barely a second. But when I pulled back, Asher's eyes were wide. He didn't punch me. He didn't shove me. He touched his lips, stunned. And then he got up and left without saying a word. That night I thought I was done for. Expelled. Hospitalized. Cancelled by the entire football team. Instead, the next day he did something worse. He ignored me. Not even a glance in my direction. It was like I didn't exist again. But every now and then, I'd catch him staring. And when he caught me looking back, he'd turn away, his ears burning red. It wasn't hate. It was confusion. And confusion meant curiosity. A week passed. Then another. Until one afternoon, I stayed late in the art room. My hands were stained with charcoal, and the last bell had rung hours ago. I was sketching someone tall, tense, guarded. The door creaked open. It was him. "Why'd you do it?" he asked. I looked up. "Do what?" "You know what. Maybe I wanted to see if the rumors were true." He took a step forward. "And?" I didn't flinch. "You taste like fear and cherry gum." That made him laugh. Actually laugh. And God, it changed his whole face. "I should hate you," he muttered. "But you don't." Silence. Then he came closer, sat down across from me. "Do you know how hard it is to be someone everyone's afraid of and still feel completely alone?" he said. I didn't speak, just listened. He told me about his dad, the violence, the reputation that clung to him like a shadow, how it was easier to be feared than to be vulnerable, safer. "No one's ever touched me like that," he whispered. "Not even a hug. Not since I was a kid." My chest ached. Not because he was broken, but because he never let anyone see it. "You deserved better," I said. He looked at me, then not with fury or confusion, but something new. Hope. The next few weeks blurred. Study sessions that turned into long walks home. Glares that melted into secret smiles. His fingers brushing mine under cafeteria tables. His sketch slowly appearing in my notebook, drawn over and over again. It wasn't easy. Rumors started. A few jocks made snide comments. One called me a slur. Asher broke his nose. "I don't care what they think," he told me that night. But I care what you think. Kissed him again. This time he kissed me back. Slow, careful, like he was learning how to breathe for the first time. He told me he'd never said, "I love you" to anyone. But one night, after sneaking into the school's rooftop, lying on the cold concrete with the stars above us, he looked over and whispered it. I didn't say it back. Not yet. But I held his hand until the sun rose. We were a secret, but we were real. And then the secret got out. A photo. A rumor. Parent complaint. He was suspended. I was pulled into the counselor's office. My mom cried for days. They said we were too young to know. They didn't understand. He didn't fight it. He said maybe it was for the best. He pushed me away. The silence returned. Worse than before. Weeks passed. I stopped drawing. He stopped showing up. Until prom night. I didn't go. I stayed home, sketching a pair of hands that couldn't find each other anymore. A knock at the door. It was him. In a suit. Holding flowers. "I missed you," he said. "And I'm done being afraid." I wanted to say a million things. Instead, I pulled him into my room and kissed him like it was the first time all over again. Now he walks me to class, fingers laced with mine. Now he lets me draw him without hiding. Now he tells people the truth, that I stole his first kiss. And he's glad I did. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.